Dollar wicked through a low, so I'd like to see dollar kind of continue to run lower. And Q kind of in the same spot, right? Displacement. We already gotten above the previous day high. We use that as support actually. Same idea though. I think we can continue to push up here in both. As we said, dollar, huge dump, but we've actually gone ahead and cleared right a short-term low here. And actually, let's go to 15. Need 1 hour, easier to see. Here as well. So we've cleared a few areas of sell-side liquidity, returned into an inefficiency. We'll see if the dollar wants to back up into this range. Ideally, we can continue to kind of run lower, close below this low. That then help us here in the indices really just continue to pump. Almost try this already. What's this? Kind of a large stop. Previous day high. Yeah, I like that there. Large displacement. Yeah, we could try that. We'll actually put it on there. Right on the previous day high. We'll go 3. In a long, nice. Good entry. Got in right before the pump. This was kind of the origination of the whole move right here. Well, that's a nice little reversal pattern. YouTube setup. Second opportunity inside the volume imbalance. So basically just looking for that continuation of bullish delivery here. After 9:30, but let's say we get underneath this fair value gap, I'd kind of see that as this being the Judas swing here, right? Because at 9:30, we didn't really have anything because we didn't have any high impact news. Here we do have high impact news. So if we were to displace through the previous day high and then basically overtake the discount that we used to get there, I would see that as more of a bearish kind of indication. That's something that Michael's talked about. If we break through previous day highs and lows, leaving new discounts, and we don't respect those PD arrays, then we could almost expect delivery in the opposing direction. There's a little bearish fair value gap. We want to see that get overtaken right here. We want to invert that and close above the original bullish fair value gap as well. Cool. It's uploaded, brother. It is in the live stream recordings. No, you're good. You're good. It was a little late, so understandable. But I would want to see basically this offer us support now. We didn't close above the bearish fair value gap. That's fine. We close above the actual bullish fair value gap, which would offer us support to then accelerate us through this, attack a high. Could honestly have almost added here again, but we'll just let this one rock. We could partial here at this high. That'll be already, I mean, let's see. If we wanted to be legit, right, we could partial now at 5 handles for safety. I think we can at least get into this high though. And then we'll partial there. Just one. I think we remain pretty bullish here today. And then if we create a new high, we can always run off equity, right? So like say we run through this high, we create a short-term high, retrace. If we do that, then next time we run through a high, we'll just take another one off. There's actually another swing point. Okay, yeah. So there's another swing high. We just got partialed there. I'm actually going to partial again at this inefficiency that's right here. There's a swing point that's just below this on a 5-minute chart. And then this is an untapped 5-minute inefficiency. So let's just say we don't want to run into the external range here. Close one more right here. A little over 10 handles on that partial. And then we'll leave the final for there. The swing point itself is right here. All right, so I'm basically aiming for this area. Should tap me out, should tap me out. Doesn't, now it does. Beauty. Cool. So at this point, bang, we go here, break even. Risk-free trade, already partialed out twice at about 10 handles. Now ideally we get above this. If we can get above the 5-minute, that'd be best case scenario. Well, that's a 5-minute fair value gap. Barely missed a swing low. Was thinking about using the consequent encroachment actually, but I like previous day. At this point, we want to see, I know we have 1, 2, 3 fair value gaps. One of these should hold. If not, that's fine with us because we're already partialed. And I break even. He said I did not. God dang it. What a shame. The ultimate short. Instead, we ripped 180 to go for the high. Hey, that would have been nice though. The mega trades. Once we're trending, it's always a good idea to have some of those runners on. We're just in a spot where we're consolidating a little bit. But like if you would have done that earlier when we were going short, you would have made bread. Let me see on a 2-minute. No fair value gap on a 2-minute or a 5. So I really got to rely on the 1-minute here. Low, high, lower, low, broken. I'm seeing this up close candle here as a breaker. Breaker paired with the bullish fair value gap here. So this is the fair value gap I'd want us to hold. I wouldn't want to see any lower than this, really. You ain't grand. Only fun if free. True. Good point. Good point.
When the fuck did I play Genji, bro?
Right. Now we hang out. We got New Week opening gap below us also. Right, that's why I like this area. You can't see it on the 1 minute, but I could see it on these other charts. Maybe if I put the 5 minute or the 2 minute, it'll pop up. Wait for it. No, I lied. What the fuck? Maybe it's incorrect. Give me a sec here. Nah, what? 5 minute will show it. There it is. Okay. All right, so New Week opening gap. We're gotten above that. I like that. Closed above it first, which is why I was okay going long here. Closed above it second time. We should use that as support. Should hold us. I wish it would show on the 1 minute, but oh well. It's basically right here. Right with this candle low touch, that's the high of it. So in theory, we could get a little bit lower, but that's all right. We just chillin', like a villain. So there's the low of it. At this time, if we get above this fair value gap, wouldn't want to see anything lower than this low right here. Fully repriced into the low of it. Closing above means we're balanced. Gotten a little bit deeper into the new week opening gap. Still holding the breakers low. So yeah, so far still so good. Obviously we're consolidating here, but we just commit to the idea. We're not always going to continue to just run. Get that retracement mini accumulation. Would like to see now that expansion into a high again. Opening with the bullish volume imbalance following it as well. That's pretty good. I like that. I wish I had one more contract so we could partial at this high. At this time, though, we might just commit to the full bullishness. We'll do that. We'll use the stop loss. So if we clear this high, right, we'll kind of use the stop as a partialing mechanic since we don't have any contracts to actually take off. Do we close there? Nah. As I said earlier, really this low should be protected. So we go right there. This becomes the new buy side. Still want to see external range up here. Last premium though, before the external range, we often know that this will hold us if the objective is not to run out external ranges. I like the idea of going for it though, so we commit. As we said, we're already partial, secured most of it at a good position. Stop in profit, so it's just a free trade that we got to watch. Let's look around and see if we can get help from something else. So the dollar actually closed below that low on the hourly, which is really exactly what we wanted to see. NQ pumping. NQ's actually already cleared high, so ES will catch up here shortly. ES should run this high. I don't want to see NQ reject though. Let's see, with the dollar. Just debating if I want to close here or not. Fuck it, we ball. Let's get external range. As I said, at this point, 2 minute, we do have a small fair value gap here and here. Wouldn't really want to see that. We can even go. Let's wait till we clear the high first, actually, though. I want to see if we close above the high or if it's just a wick. If we can close above it, I'll be even more aggressive with where we're putting the stop at. About the law. Hey, you make a body sing. Oh, NQ wicked the high, so that's actually not too good for us. All right, let's take a look real quick. Dollar still going lower, so I'd like us to hold from this fair value gap and attack this low again. But if we look at NQ real quick, oops. Well, let's go back to ES here. NQ here. There it is. This high right here, we've ran that with the wick holding a new day opening gap. So if we start retracing, that's not going to be good. I don't like how we're creating this trend line liquidity here. As we say, we don't use trend lines, but people do. A lot of liquidity sitting below these lows now. So ideally, we continue to just pump. But if we start retracing, more than likely we get stopped, which is fine with us. Seeing that, though, may honestly, we might just close early and be content. So we're going to close right at the high of that 5 minute like that. That'll give us 13 handles. We'll be content there. I mean, who knows? If we get above this, we might be able to add to capture that last little portion. That's another 5 handles, so we could do that. Let's get tagged out first, though. Give us some space. So I don't like that. Not at all. Yeah, we're holding that new day opening gap aggressively, and we just cleared it. Ooh, probably should have closed it right there. I think we get reversed on here. Right, NQ, same thing. New day opening gap holding us. Another wick. Yeah, that may be no good for us here. That's fine, though. We'll hold it. We'll keep it. NQ wicked at Friday's open. Yeah. Smashing that open. This right here is almost a YouTube framework. Oh, excuse me. Short-term high is cleared. We then close below the low. Let's see, 15-second, right? You can see that clear as day here. Short-term high cleared, displacement through a low while closing below it, leaving the fair value gap. So I don't want to see that stay open, right? Because this is pretty bearish. So like say we respect this, attack a low here again. I think we get stopped because bearish order flow is starting to take over. So in reality, I'd want to see us get above this. We could hang out on the 15-second. Because if we go lower, it'll be from here. We want to see something to where we kind of get above it, use it as support, right, and then deliver. Consequent encroachment. Oh, that's not good. And then we close below it again. We need to get above this quickly. Second attempt at consequent encroachment. Need to get above it. Nice, cool. So that's kind of what we want to see. Now we want to see this offer a support. Don't want to get all the way back below as we're trying to. Let's see. How do we close? How do we close? Do we close underneath it? Close inside of it is okay. Still don't like that we're under consequent encroachment. As long as we can stay within it, using the low of it as support, we have a chance. Content with enough. Hey, fair enough, Jay. Yep, if you got your bread, I like that idea. Get your bread and dip. Take care, brother. Take care, take care. Yeah, we'll meet up again either Monday or Tuesday. I get back on Sunday afternoon, I believe. So if we have news Monday, we'll do that. If not, we'll meet up on Tuesday. And then after that, it probably won't be until the following week, right? Because I'll be traveling cross country. Got about a 5-day drive, which is going to be brutal. Maybe like 4 days if we're quick. Yeah, we'll be back in Eastern time. Actually, that'll be first time. I've never lived in Eastern Standard Time, so it'll be new. It'll be interesting going from West time to East time. Completely opposite. We're losing probably 3 hours, so have to readjust to that. Nice. Just what we wanted to see, right? Starting to use that as support. We should accelerate up into this high. Let's go back to the 1 minute now. 1 minute volume imbalance back to back is also ideal. So we're not going to be greedy, okay? We're just going to target this high, which is, I mean, that's less than a handle away. So we're not, yeah, no need to be greedy here. We target buy side and we call that it right there, and we get out. Another volume imbalance, hell yeah. So we should be able to run that out pretty. I'll be in South Carolina. I had to think for a second. I was like, where are we at? But yeah, we'll be in good old South Carolina. Yeah, we'll do some higher time frame stuff before I dip, for sure. And then I'll have my computer, so I'll try to honestly do like either recaps or maybe outlooks each day. Just streaming will be difficult, but if I can do like a outlook the night before, might help give some clarity. PST, what is that? Pacific Standard Time. That's right in the middle now. I'd be forgetting how many time zones are there. Let's see. Western, Central, Pacific. No, isn't that Eastern or West Coast time? Yeah, I was gonna say PST. That's West. Okay, okay. See, I've lived in Mountain Time. I've lived in Central Standard Time. Now we're living in Pacific Time. Damn, so I'm about to live in all the time zones. That's lit. Moving sucks though. I'll say that. It's cool to see new places every few months. Get to explore. But God, having to actually move, packing up shit, cleaning. I was telling my girlfriend, I think next time we're just gonna hire people to do that. Hire some cleaners. I hate doing it. 51. Yeah, the game. That's the very last thing to move every time. It's always funny. Everything's in boxes, and then I got my whole setup just sitting here. What I'll probably do though, I have 3 screens, so I'll probably put 2 away after this stream, to be honest. Leave just my ultra wide out until we move. Cool, there we go. There's the high. Like I said, we'll probably get into the 5-minute high, but I actually do want to see real quick. So we're fully out. Nice little trades. I want to see if we can't close above this 5-minute high. And then we could almost use that as another entry point, as we said. That'll give us 5.5 handles. And we have a new swing low right here. So if we've closed above the 5-minute, we're going to try out this right here like this. 5,100 today. I can see that. I mean, if we want to get external range, that's basically what we're aiming for. It'll be a little bit higher, but possibility, right? If we clear buy side, only a few more handles to get to that 5,100 zone, which could be very possible. We're going to close above this 5-minute. So yeah, we'll give it this, boom. And we have a volume imbalance. So honestly, we should have used that right there. We'll see if the volume imbalance can't wick into that though. Because that volume imbalance entry right there may be the entry we needed to take. Let's see. Yeah, dollar continuing to dump. Nice. It's attacking the low we wanted to see, so that's ideal. So like this setup should work out as long as we get the retracement. If we don't get the retracement, or if we're very bullish, that was our entry right there, volume imbalance, and then we run away from it. So we shall see. Left the fair value gap, so yeah, let's get a quick tap of that. Cool. All right. So from here, we need to go. Stop below this swing low. This should be the protected low underneath the 5-minute, and it's also the low that trades into the volume imbalance. So right, not only do we have the low, but we have the volume imbalance as protection. If we get under that and attack that, that's fine. Right. It'll give us a good indication that we're kind of offsides. Dollar just wicked the low. Don't like the wick. Want to see it. I like this wick, but all right, show you the dollar real quick. Or NQ going up, so same fair value gap. Trying to use that dollar itself though, just a baby wick right here. I don't like that. Want to see us actually continue to run lower. Oh, aggressively run lower. Okay, we get stopped. Yeah, I was worried about that right here. Right, this seems to be a wick and retracement. So the wick of the low followed by a retracement into the range. And Q, okay. So we probably get stopped here, boom. And we do. And with that, we'll be content there. Good trade. Try to get back a little bit, or try to add more, excuse me, anyways, into the actual external range, but don't get up there. We're about to hold this though, watch. We'll hang out till about 10:30, see what the morning range does, and then we'll call it a day. See if we want to get any higher before the morning range kind of closes out. 92R? You got a 92R move? What do you mean 92R? Oh, like, that'd be crazy if you did that. Oh, I was like, damn, you got buddy 90? He's doing a 92R trade? And this doesn't work out because, as we often say, right, the 1 minute closes above. So we're trying to go in on the 1 minute structure, which is lower risk because the actual 5-minute candlestick has not. So when we're utilizing fair value gaps to use as inversions or even entry points, it's always better to have the corresponding time frames candle confirm that. right? So we're here trying to use the 1 minute, kind of hoping for just extreme bullishness, right? We'll often see that where we run. But if we wanted true confirmation, we would have to wait for the 5-minute candle to actually close above. Then that almost, right, classifies this as a true inversion. Because right now it's just a premium fair value gap that can hold us bearish. So it's a good way to kind of filter out trades, right? If you're not necessarily too confident in them. I went in, of course, just because we had the nice winner here. So this entry was basically paid for, right? Less than 0.5% of the risk and profit we made. But say this was like the only trade that we had taken today, I would need to wait for the actual confirmation of the 5-minute candlestick. So always something nice to kind of look out for. And to be honest, like let's say that, how long do we have? So at 10:30, the next 5, okay. Because we're starting to build some interesting structure here where we have a bearish fair value gap. So let's say that we were to close above this bearish fair value gap while also closing back above the 5-minute. That is even kind of more confirmation that we should run into this high. We'll see if we do that. Of course, we get low ticked with our stop. And then we're going to run right into it, not even give us a chance. Why wouldn't it? That's that maximum carnage we speak of. We're going to try it again the second time. A quick little... Still though, same thing, right? 5-minute has yet to close. So this all could be a wick on the 5-minute and we end up closing back inside. We're going to try to basically front run it, anticipate it. We go in with one though, just one. Because it'll be a full pull anyways, so we don't need the partial. Ain't that a hoe? Look, he took me out by a tick. So we do overlap not only the bearish, but also the original 5-minute here. So what I'm trying to do is basically use that again. It may become a BPR though in the short term and not actually trade into that and run straight into our objective up here. Aye. Don't you do it. Give a retracement. Create equal highs right there. Oh, we gone. We're hitting it. Nice. Not involved, but oh well. At that point, yeah, we'll wrap it up. Because this was our morning objective, as we spoke about. Right, so after hitting the objective, that's kind of when I call it, right? We're fine. Because now we have to really reassess. Do we want to reverse from here? Right, let me go to a higher time frame. This is a 1-hour chart. So we can reverse from here. We can continue to pump into this high and maybe this inefficiency. But oftentimes, once we hit kind of external ranges, that's when we run into that consolidation. So we'll kind of be content with this, especially with the time. It's about to be 10:30. So I wouldn't be surprised that whatever high that we end up forming here kind of ends up being the high of the morning. We'll wait until actually 10:30, but cool. So it kind of plays out. Unfortunate here. What's the 5-minute look like? Yeah. So that's just an unfortunate entry, right? I would take that probably again, but we just ended up getting ran out. That's kind of when people say that the market's rigged, right? We're getting targeted. For us, we simply were just returning into the volume imbalance one more time. Unfortunate stop out, but it happens. And then once you notice that, right, once we get stopped and then it runs, it doesn't give you any really opportunity to get back in. Good old price. Either hit it or, yeah, facts, right? The blue balls just stay right there in reverse. But no, we hit it. We're good. We're good. Target reached. Can't be involved, unfortunate. That's all right, though. We take this one. What was that about? 13 handles. Can't complain. Interesting. Okay, okay. So we may actually want to go for the actual, this high too. And then after that, we have this whole inefficiency. Want to see how the 1030 candle closes. Nice. Okay. So yeah, bullishness. I love it. Huge aggressive at the last 10 seconds. This might be the high here. Especially if we wick back into this range. Closed above it. Interesting. Okay. So seeing that with what time it is, if we are to keep this open, I think we actually just continue to run. Morning range been put into place. We're above it. We seem to be bullish. That stays open. I actually would expect that to kind of offer us support, and we may run all the way. We have the 1 hour here, but inside of that is actually a smaller 15-minute that we could aim for. Above that, we don't really have, I mean, we'd have to go for external range again. What we can do, we take this wick. You get consequent encroachment of that wick. That's another target. So yeah, especially, let's see how we close here. Okay. So we close both buy sides. Yeah, I definitely actually would expect that that holds us, to be honest. We're going to kind of wrap it up here, but for those that are around, this is what I would watch. We've already continued to accelerate. We close above that morning range high. Have some unfinished business up here. Yeah, I like that idea. After respecting the inversion. Okay. Cool. We'll leave it with that. We'll do a quick little higher time frame analysis though, as we mentioned, so we could kind of, let's clear this out. Let's go to a daily actually. Let's go way back. So we were mentioning that this was probably our objective, right? With this run lower. At the same time, however, we need to understand that even though we're reaching for this, we don't necessarily need to get there because, I mean, look how much sell side we've taken already, right? Every single one of these lows here, 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 all sell side. So we've completely wiped that out and we're holding at the actual volume imbalance on the daily chart. So we held the daily volume imbalance. We then created and engineered a 4-hour inversion, which we held and respected. Most clear-cut, right, obvious thing that we see here, where would price want to reach? Let's clear all this. If we're just going to look at this, it makes sense. Where are we going to reach? Here. Why is that? Untapped inefficiency. Relative equal highs here. On the lower time frame, those are going to be swing points, right? We can see all these relative equal highs bunched up right here. Even on a 1-hour chart, untapped inefficiency. Even on the 4-hour chart, it's an untapped inefficiency. So this is kind of what we mean when we say all the time frames are aligning, in my opinion, right? The daily, untouched. The 4-hour, untouched. The 1-hour, same thing, untouched. Now we're creating highs. 15-minute, even the same thing here, right? Untouched. Never got into it with all these highs. So to me, that is what the draw is. We should come into this. Macro sense. We should accelerate into this high. After we do that though, like on this daily chart, then we can kind of reassess. But there's still going to be plenty of opportunity to get up into that. As far as future moves, let's say that we, I mean, if we can close above this, I think we may have the opportunity to run back. Because the same way that we were going higher, right, stair stepping, we created a lot of lows. As we're coming down, we're now creating a lot of highs, right? Relative equal highs, swing point here, and then each one of these daily highs in themselves is going to be a swing point. So a lot of buy side now. If we can clear this bearish fair value gap, we should be able to attack that. I like that. Yeah, 4 hour. There's that daily volume balance. 1 hour 15. Okay. So yeah, that's what I'd be looking for, to be honest. Just continued acceleration into this high. As you said, in the short term, I'd watch this fair value gap right here. Oh, I took down all the drawings. Dang. I'll bring this one back up. This is really the most important. This 1 hour inefficiency is the most important at the moment. Right there. Yeah, okay. So yeah, we can leave you guys with this. Macro perspective, I would really only be trying to go for longs at this point. You can capture short-term retracements, no doubt. But in my opinion, the most explosive moves are going to be to the top side, right? Notice how really ever since we opened here, the most explosive moves are higher, where we get the consecutive up close candles, right? Quickly displacing, slight retracement, displacement again, fickle retracement, right? Displacing with the up close candles. Same thing here, displacing with the up close candles. Notice that every time we're running higher, it's an aggressive run with multiple up close candles in a row. So that's kind of what I would expect to continue for bullishness. The only thing I don't necessarily like is, as we spoke about, this trendline liquidity. But sometimes that works out, right? Retail wins at times. And this is kind of where I would expect that to continue to play out. Where we may engineer some liquidity in here, right? We may like kind of play around in here for a little bit and then run out these lows. And then that's really all we would need to do. So we wouldn't have to even come back for these lows if we were to engineer liquidity in this 1 hour fair value gap. But boom, yeah, that's it. That's it. We'll leave y'all with that. As long as we have no other questions. I like the idea of running higher. We'll be gone Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'll still be following the market, so I may throw some kind of updates in the Discord, but there won't be any more streams for the week until, yeah, either Monday or Tuesday. I'll let you guys know what day we're going to do that. Let me take a look at the schedule, actually. I could tell you right now. So next week, what are we rocking with next week? Oh, we don't have high impact news Monday or Tuesday. Then we got the interest rates, NFP. Okay, so actually, I'm like, I don't want to take such a long break, but we may end up doing that. Just keep your eyes and ears peeled, because if we don't have news on Monday or Tuesday, we may end up doing it Tuesday. But I'm going to leave on Tuesday the 30th, so I don't know if we're going to leave early or not. So yeah, it's going to be a little messy. Sorry, fellas, next 2 weeks. Once we get settled, though, right, each move causes a little bit of hassle, but once we get settled, we'll be back into the consistency. So simply keep your guys' kind of attention peeled in the Discord. I'll send an announcement for the next stream. As of now, I'm thinking it's going to be Tuesday morning. If something comes up, though, where we can't do it, then it'll end up being kind of that following week. So a little bit away. But yeah, appreciate y'all guys sitting in here today. Hopefully you guys have a safe rest of the week. Good trading. I hope you guys make some good trades. We always want that. But until we talk again on either Tuesday or the following time, stay safe, everybody, and we'll talk later. Take care.